Welcome everyone. Today we're making one of my favorite, pasta alla Genovese. What we're gonna need is some beef. This is like beef chuck. It's about a pound. And then we'll need definitely onions. Onions are the queen and the king and everything else of this recipe. And we will need half a glass of wine, a little bit more white wine, dry white wine. Also, we're gonna use some spaghetti. These are very special spaghetti. They have a square section, but you can use any spaghetti you want. And obviously some extra virgin olive oil and salt. For this recipe, we will also need Parmigiano Reggiano. Okay, we start cutting our onions. We don't have to cut them too small, just the right size here. And we do a whole bowl of these onions. We start our stove, and I will use a pressure cooker. If you don't have the pressure cooker, it's just gonna take longer, but the process is the same. So you can expect for the pressure cooker to take about 35-40 minutes to cook this recipe, but without a pressure cooker you should expect much longer, about 2 hours or so. So what we start doing is we want to seal the meat. So this is a process in which we put the meat in the boiling oil, and we want to make sure that the meat gets sealed. So we can lower a little bit the heat, but carefully with a spoon we want to flip the meat so that every side of these little cubes gets cooked, barely cooked. That will seal the juices, the meat juices inside, and will prevent the meat to become too hard and too tough to eat. So it will keep the moist inside. When you see that the meat is being sealed or slightly cooked on each of the different sides, we're going to remove the meat. This is a maneuver that we want to do to start cooking the onion. So we slowly remove the meat and we get ready to place the onion into the pot. We keep adding our onion. Don't have to be too careful. Actually, we want to separate the different pieces of onion and make sure that everything fits into the pot. There you go. Perfect. We stir a little and we get going with cooking it. This is already going. The heat is still at medium level. We add some salt. The salt is gonna help obviously give some taste to the onion, but also is going to help removing the water that's gonna be released by the onion itself. So we stir a little bit and we get ready to re-add the meat into it. Here we go. Carefully put the meat into it and stir. There's a lot of stirring happening at this stage of the preparation, but that's to make sure that all the different tastes get mixed correctly. And here we go. It's pretty much ready to receive a little bit of wine. The wine is critical for this recipe, and don't worry about the alcohol. The alcohol is going to evaporate, so there's not going to be any alcohol at the end of this. You can serve this to your kids, but it's important to cook, and no water at all. The water is going to come from the onions. So we're ready to close the lid and wait for the valve to rock. Once it's rocking, we need to time about 20 minutes. And after those 20 minutes have passed, we can turn it off and start removing the pressure from the pressure cooker, because we want to open it and we want to see what's going on inside. It's important after this first stage of cooking to look at how the onions are going, how the meat is going, making sure that nothing is burning. And so once the pressure is gone, we can open the pot. And as you can see, somebody is getting hungry and they're checking out on us. But look at the onions and the consistency. They are not completely disintegrated yet. They have to almost disintegrate and become like a paste. Similarly, the meat needs to become very, very soft, and it's not at that stage yet. So we close it, we turn it back on, and we let it cook for another 15 minutes. Now we're getting ready to move our pot on the side because we want to start cooking the pasta, and so we need to boil some water. Always start your timer when the valve starts rocking. So you see on the left side the valve is rocking. We're adding some salt, and now because the water is boiling, we can put our pasta in and start cooking the pasta. On the left side, you can still see that the valve is rocking, it's cooking, and both are cooking in parallel. Once our sauce has cooked for 15 minutes, it's ready. You see it has been reduced to a paste. Both the meat and the onions are reduced to a paste. So the sauce is ready, but our pasta is not yet. So let's prepare a little bit our sauce into a bowl, and let's get it ready for the spaghetti to join. Usually spaghetti take 10-11 minutes, but just check the cooking time on their box. Now they are ready, so let's put the spaghetti into our sauce. We carefully remove them from the boiling water, and we put them in our bowl, ready to be stirred and getting ready for the final touches. We're going to mix very well the pasta with the sauce. Everything looks actually amazing. I'm getting hungry here. Beautiful, super tasty pasta. The only thing that is missing now is some Parmigiano, and then it's going to be ready. We can add some more sauce. It's going to be ready to be tasted, to be served. We mix and we start serving it. This is super tasty. You should try it. And please, if you like this recipe, make sure to like this video, and why not subscribe.